Modern wars are fought on multiple fronts, on your computers, on your power grids, and of course on the ground. But many experts rank one front ahead of all others, and that's the air. Air supremacy is central to modern wars. But is India ready for it? Look at what happened on Thursday. An Indian Air Force jet crashed in the state of Madhya Pradesh, a Mirage 2000 fighter plane. Thankfully, both pilots ejected in time. They have escaped with minor injuries. But what led to this crash? The Air Force says a systems malfunction. They have ordered an investigation into the crash. Hopefully, that will give us more details. But here's what we do know. The Mirages are part of an aging Indian fleet. They were manufactured by French company Dassault. India bought 51 of them back in 1985. So these jets have been flying for 40 years now. What's more, India bought them off the rack, meaning no production or repair facilities were set up in India. As a result, maintenance is hard. In 2021, India bought 24 retired Mirages from France, not to fly them, but to use them for spare parts. And we are considering similar deals with Greece and Qatar. The hope is to somehow extend the lifespan of the Mirages. The goal was to retire them by 2030, but now they're expected to fly into the 2040s. And why is that? Because replacements are not ready. We are already phasing out old Soviet jets, so we cannot retire the Mirages yet. The numbers won't allow it. The Indian Air Force has a sanctioned squadron strength of 42. But we have only 31 up and running. And each squadron has around 18 fighter jets, so you can do the math. And that's one big challenge for India's Air Force, to expand our fleet of jets. Even the Air Force chief flagged it recently. He lamented the delay in India's homegrown fighter jet program.
First aircraft flew in 2001, 17 years. Then the induction started another 15 years later. 2016. Today we are in 2024. I do not have the first 40 aircraft also. So this is the production capability.
So quantity is one problem, but so is quality. China already has a 5th generation fighter jet. Recently they debuted a 6th generation jet as well, a futuristic stealth plane. India's other rival, Pakistan, is expanding its fleet. Reports say they will buy 5th gen planes from China. Is India prepared to tackle this challenge? As of today, our most advanced planes are the French Rafales. They are 4.5 generation jets. India is also developing a 5th gen fighter, but it won't be ready before 2035, so another 10 years. So what is the solution? Perhaps to buy foreign fighter jets. The Chinese 5th generation plane is obviously off the table, so that leaves two options: America's F-35 and the Russian Su-57. The Russian plane, in fact, landed in India yesterday. It will take part in the Bengaluru air show next week, and this is very significant because Russia rarely showcases the Su-57. Its first foreign appearance was in China last year, and the second is now in India. And the Russians are willing to sell. Let me quote from their statement. Among our proposals are the supply of ready-made aircraft, the organization of their joint production in India, as well as assistance in the development of an Indian 5th generation fighter. That's what Russia is offering. It is a pretty comprehensive offer. But will India take it up? Well, the Russian president is expected to visit soon. If India is keen, that's the time to strike a deal. And what about the F-35, the American jet? It was supposed to come for the Bengaluru air show, but the US Air Force has pulled out. And we know the Americans are very picky about jet sales. They have denied the F-35 to even NATO allies like Turkey. Plus, the India-US defense cooperation is still new. We've seen some big headlines recently, but the outcomes are not that impressive. Just consider the jet engine deal. In 2021, India bought 99 jet engines from the United States. The delivery was supposed to start in April 2023, but not a single one has reached India yet. We are in 2025. That's almost a 2-year delay. Both Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Defense Minister of India have flagged this delay. So now the US is speeding it up. They say deliveries will begin in March or April this year. And those engines will power India's homegrown Tejas jet. So until we get them, those planes cannot be delivered. Do you see the problem here? Defense supplies require trust and reliability. Russia has historically checked both these boxes. So looks like India is going the tried and tested route. We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send this special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Pretty measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.